I need to type.
It's probably Alex.
Type. I'm gonna make myself a mod.
Where's my phone stand?
No.
It's here. Oh God, she has a server. How do I get to my own video? How do I get to my own video? There it is. Okay, because that's going to show me the. There we go. Okay, let me see something. Where's my mouse?
Okay, mod.
Wait, hold on. How do I get to audio? Wait, where's settings?
It was sources, right?
No.
Settings, right?
Okay. Audio. Got it. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2 3. All right. Mic is hot. Please connect to current live. All right, we're going to be starting shortly, everybody. Just waiting for people to log in if they're going to do that tonight. All right, we're going to be starting just waiting for people to. We did have some technical difficulty and had to cancel the first one that was set up to get onto this one. We're going to work that out here in the next week before the next Sunday, but excited to have you all here. All right, I see we got about 6 people in here so far. We're going to just give it a couple more minutes before we begin. So just bear with me, everybody. Thanks for being here on the channel. All right, we're going to get started here because it is 7:59 p.m. Welcome to the Average Joe Day Trader channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate you all being here tonight, Sunday night. It is 7:59 Eastern Standard Time. I am in South Florida in the U.S. I know we've got some folks from Japan and Spain and from some other areas around the world. Rico, thank you so much. And if you're on here or not so sure. I think, let's see here. No, Ravi's there. John's there. Hey, what's up, everybody? Jess, thanks for being here. Fahida. So we want to see what the S&P 500 is going to do tonight. So let's kind of play this out a little bit. You know, I've got a switch and we already 8 o'clock. We are live. Is this an abandoned baby up here? Let's see if that is our abandoned baby. Yes, it is. So we already, let's go to the 1 minute. We can see that we've got a major gap up for the S&P 500 tonight. Now, remember, I always say this may not be directional. It may be directional. We may see the market run through the 24-hour overnight market, which is, you can see we are a 24-hour stock. Obviously, the SPY itself, 670.59, nice gap up, where we had closed the market Friday at 669.21. So the fact that we're at 670.59, and remember that we were at all-time highs, new all-time highs. Let me get out of auto and go back over here. You can see that our newest all-time high, 672.68 on Friday. We broke that even with the market running down. Pretty incredible to think that we are now on Sunday night going into Monday morning with a jump up, gap up. And I'm very excited about that because I like to see what the market's going to do through the night, through those 24 hours into the morning. Now, a lot of people always say, Josh, what exactly does that mean? I mean, what difference does it make? Well, it is directional for us, right? Because you've got a lot of institutional sells or buys that occur Friday right before the market closes. There's been unbelievable volume in options plays and calls. I had actually read an article over the weekend that calls and puts options trading itself is up 40% from where it was just 6 months ago. We know that a lot of people, including myself, are starting to learn the options game. I shared with you on Friday, I had some not significant, but some losses. Look at that candle right there, everybody. If you can see this candle jump up 670.65. Look at that beautiful green. You could even call that an engulfing candle. But at the end of the day, I lost some money on Friday. And then actually, I'll share a very quick story with you, and I'll pull it up here on the chart. But we had something really incredible happen on Friday at close. CRML, I've been sharing with you. And I'll go to my daily chart on here. And this is sort of the benefit of having you all live on here. But you can see clearly on my chart, let's get off the auto and pull it down a little bit, this cup and handle formation right here. And you can see this is the cup. Came all the way across. This is the top of the cup and handle, which was $7.36. We had broken through at one point a few days ago, but it did not hold. It rejected, came back down. Now it ran back up, and this was on Thursday. We had run up and had a nice up pump on Thursday, and we were thinking, okay, we're through basically the consolidation part of the handle and getting ready to launch. And you know that the way you measure a cup and handle is from the top part here, $7.36, all the way to the base of where this is about, let's see, well, that was $1.23. So you have to figure somewhere between $1.23 and $7.36. You've got anywhere from a 35 to a 55% pump up in the stock itself when it launches. Well, what ended up happening is we got some news that the White House was in negotiations to become and buy into the Greenland Project, where they are digging and excavating for rare mineral earths, which is what Critical Metals does. You know that uranium and all these rare things like uranium within the Earth's compound is what is making a lot of money right now for us in the stock market, because that's the future. That's what Donald Trump, his administration are focusing on. And as you see here on the chart, it's at $13.58 in the aftermarket. Now, this is not a 24-hour stock, so I'm very excited to see 4:30 tomorrow morning. What does this do for us? Where will this be? A lot of folks that I know in Discord have calls. They've been waiting for this launch, and we got it on some good news. So this good news catalyst, if it continues to run, because of the fact that not only is it a catalyst, but we knew it was coming out of a cup and handle, this stock has the potential to run still up to, we have a target price of $23 per share. Now, listen to me, not financial advice, just making sure that you all understand that this is something that should be on your radar and you should be taking a look at. I will be looking at it tomorrow morning when I wake up to understand when the market opens up. We get into that pre-market to see what is it doing. There's a potential it comes right back down to the $7, $8 range or $6 range, but we'll see. My gut instinct tells me institutions are going to be ready to purchase this one, probably put some orders in right before the market closed at 8 o'clock, and so we'll see what happens. Wow, Fajita Fighter, thank you so much. Through $1.99 at the channel. Wow, that's pretty awesome. Thank you. That's probably one of our first gifts. So, man, that is super awesome. Thank you for throwing that out there. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. So let's get into a little bit more of what you're really here to see. And that's, we're going to talk a little bit about, if you haven't seen yet, I have released the newest AJDT list, and that is the best day trade list. I've got it here. We'll kind of run through it. If you hadn't seen the video yet, I posted a video yesterday, Saturday, that gives you the comparison of the September list to the October list. And just so you understand, if this is your first time in here or your first time watching this video when it plays as a recording, the AJDT best day trade list is basically stocks that I am trending over 30 days. I'm looking at a lot of people use a 50-day and 200-day moving average. I have a 20-day and 200-day moving average. You can see here, even on the CRML, the green line is my 20-day moving average, which I like it better at 20 days because you see CRML is using the 20-day moving average as a support level. If it were below it, it would be a resistance level. And the 200-day MA moving average is way below it. Actually crossed back over on Friday. Or actually several days ago. It's been up for many days. So, it's definitely the way to look at it. And then here you can kind of see this real quick, that super launch we had on Friday night. But I think the institutions are going to take this over. So back to the list. You can see that list on the channel. I will also post it back out there for everybody. But let's look at the current list of the best day trade. Now, they are not in the same order because I order it by dollar amount. So obviously Tesla, pretty amazing stock. It did not do us very well the last couple days now. Let me sort of explain. We knew that Tesla potentially was going to pull back. We got a lot of support and resistance levels here. 460 was a level of support that we did not want it to break. It did break it, and it continued on. And on Thursday, it broke through the 439 level, and then it continued on Friday, really through this 430 average level that I had set on the strategy. And then it did also teeter down below the 419 level of support. So I had kind of a rough day, but we understand. And a couple subscribers already have sent me some information wanting to make sure I knew, but potentially there's some news between Archer and Tesla that are going to be working together. Or there's something happening with them. I don't have the news feed on them yet, so I'm going to be doing a little bit more research on that tonight. But potentially something's going on with Tesla and Archer, so we'll see what happens there. Actually, I take it back. It's Palantir. Palantir. I misspoke. Palantir and Archer. Palantir is the one that there's going to be some news on. But anyway, Tesla, we're not going to spend a lot of time in the high dollar ones for building support and resistance. I just gave you the levels that still live for Tesla. We want it to break up above this 419 level, and it's already up there. And you see that it's using this 430. This is an average median level I place in there, not really a support or resistance level, but I'm using it as a support and resistance level, if that makes sense. And you can see right now it is rejecting against this level. But tonight, with the gap up, it broke up. So we're at 435.15, closed at 429. I believe Tesla is going to run, and hoping it does run, because if you watch the other videos, you know that in my positions, I am heavy in TSLT. So thank you. Very nice. 2730. And TSLL, which is running up and at 2010 from 1963. And I'm hoping that it just continues to run through the night this way so that I can see profit, take profit tomorrow during the day. Back to the list. I've not done a live yet, so I'm bouncing all over the place, and I'm so sorry for that. So as you're watching this video, you will just sort of understand this is how I am in recording my regular videos. Thing on this is I can't edit anything, so I'm not going to edit anything on these. Tesla, NVIDIA. Wow, look at NVIDIA, 188.62. It closed at 187.62, but that's a whole dollar up right now per share and still climbing. Look at that. We just had another nice pump, 188.75 and back to 65. So NVIDIA, great stock. Take a look at it. Palantir, that's the one I told you we had a rough day. Rough day. Get out of there. Rough day on Friday. I'm going to pull this down so you don't see the Mac. But yes, very rough day there. Let me go back to auto. There we go. All right. So we're going to go to the bottom of the list because you are all here because you want to see some of me working the support and resistance levels and charting it. I see Lord Fubar just signed in. Hey, what's going on? Welcome. And listen, if you're in here and you're in the chat, drop in, tell us where you are, where you're from, so we know who's here and where exactly you guys are all from. But Open, there's been a lot of talk about Open. Open is a stock that basically people had said this was going to die. This is more related to real estate. And, because the real estate market has been challenged based on the fact that my buddy Jerome Powell, the Fed chair, did finally give us a 0.25 or 25 basis point drop in the rates. Is good for real estate, but not good for banks. Banks are not happy. And the fact that there's talk about another rate cut coming, hopefully this fourth quarter. We want to see what happens with companies like Open, real estate companies. Builders will be building more houses. So you should be looking at, from the real estate perspective, a lot of builders, Angle Homes, Toll Brothers. You want to look at those to understand which builders potentially are going to grow and go based on the news of rate cuts. But the banks are going to be challenged. Now, not a SoFi, because a SoFi is not a bank that depends on loans and money from institutions. They are completely 100% within their own money. And that is where SoFi becomes a great opportunity. But let's kind of look at this real quick. So what we're going to do is we're going to take Open. You see, I already have some support and resistance levels in there. We're just going to go ahead and clear this one completely. Let me see. We're going to clear this chart. So chart settings. Okay, done. Give me 1 second. We're going to clear everything. I just got to figure out where that's at because I don't like to clear them. So give me 1 second here. My goodness. Reset chart. All right, well, we reset it. I want to delete all of my drawings. I think you know why, because there we go. Hide all drawings, no. Delete all. Boom, here we go, delete all. All right, now we got nothing on here. So first thing we're gonna do, when you're charting, you wanna go to a 4 hour. So you're gonna pop on 4 hours. Now we're looking at the chart this way. And what you wanna do is take your most recent day. We're gonna go ahead and add a line there. Come on, where is it? It went over here. We gotta get back over here. There we go. So we're going to add a horizontal line and we're going to put it right at the top here. Okay, now this is going to be what we're watching as our current resistance level. And if you take off auto, if you're on Webull, most accounts are the same way. We want to go to the left and we want to see what does that look like for us. Okay, we already know that it's hit several points right here, but keep going. Keep going. Look, it's actually a high for open, right? So we're going. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're back way too many days. So we're going to hit our arrow and go back here. But we're also going to pull over here. And right now we've had a high over the last several days of $10.97. So we want to capture that. We're going to hit that horizontal line. We're going to hit it here. And as you all know, I love to change that to blue because sky is the limit. If we can get past this blue line, then potentially it's going to run further because we don't have much from here above it. So what now you want to also do is you're going to take this, another horizontal line, and we're going to go to the bottom here at 557. We're going to lock that in there. And now we have basically your red. We're going to take this one and we'll leave it red for now because we're going to show you the box strategy in here. But now you've got some levels, all right? 1097, we want to get and break above this $8.83. You will have some turbulence here, but we want to get above it. We're shooting for 1097 as our next target. If we can get up there and it hits 1097, it starts to reject. People all the time say to me, Josh, what's my exit point? If I'm in this stock, what's my exit point? Now, this could be a more longer term trade, maybe not a day trade, or you swing it. But this could be the point where you get here. If you start to see it reject, it's going to turn around. You may sell, take profit, or lock in some profits. If you own 100 shares, sell 50, put that money in the bank, keep the 50 running in case it runs back up, or it might pull back, and at least you're still in it if it does break above this and continue to go. All right, let's go back to the 15-minute. Actually, I'm going to go to 30 minutes, give it a little bit of a cleaner look here. And here's what we're going to do. Let me check the... I see you, Arguera. Hey, brother, thanks. So glad to see you in here. John in Central Florida, awesome, close by. Ravi's in Charlotte, North Carolina, awesome. Ravi and John are both elite members. So glad to see you guys in here. Thank you so much for that. And all right, another Charlotte, North Carolina. There you go. Ravi, Arguera, you guys are close by each other. I know that area well as well. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to build box strategy. So we're going to grab a rectangle. And basically, you're going to find your highest point on Friday, and you're going to click on there, and you're going to pull it down. Okay, that didn't work. Give me 1 second. We're going to grab it, highest point, pull it down to this lowest point here, lock it in. Now, what you want to do is you want to grab that box and pull it all the way through the next day. Okay? And then what we do is, and I'm not going to do the math in here. I've already told many of you, I'm not very good at math. And my son Dylan would tell you, don't ask me math questions because chances are I'm not going to lead you down the right path. But I will tell you, I love to do median averages. So we're going to grab this and we're going to sort of guesstimate between $8.83, you would say is about 41.5 cents. So we're going to go ahead and go here to about center line here. And then we're going to check it. That's 840. Pretty good, pretty close. We're going to go ahead and change that to 841. And we're going to call that, whoops, I'm typing on the wrong computer. 841. We're going to leave that as our center average. And we're going to make that yellow. And here's what you do in this box strategy. We're going to do this for a bunch of these together. We're also going to add another line down here at the bottom of the box. 792. That's going to be your support level. So you now have a support, you've got the average median, and you've got your resistance level. So now what you want to look at in here, okay, and let's lock these in place. Let's go on here, lock this in place, go here, lock this in place, and the box, we're going to lock it in place, and let's get off of there. All right, so now here's what you're looking for tomorrow, okay? Here's how I play the box strategy. So I know my high point, right? This is where I'm looking for this to break out of. And I know my low point. This is where I don't want it to go because I don't want it to break down below this because then it's going to continue to drop. Now, if you are an options player and you do options, then potentially this is a great strategy for you as well, because right now, as you can see, and obviously not a 24-hour stock, so we'll pull up the next one, which potentially could be a 24-hour stock, but you see right here, we're below the mid-range. We want to see this when the market opens up at 4:30 a.m. and you may be up to watch it at 4:30 a.m. I probably won't be until a little bit later in the morning, but you want to see this start an uptrend towards this $8.41. Now, watch it with me, and hopefully you're all setting up this box strategy with me on your own charts. But you will see that it will use this support, this resistance level as exactly that. It's going to reject a few times somewhere within this midpoint from the prior day. Why does it do that? I don't know the answer to that, but it has something to do with the algorithms, and it's fine. Let it bounce off. Now, if you see it bounce off 3 times is our number. You see it twice, you want to pay attention. You see it hit a 3rd time and reject, it's going back down. And stay away from it. Don't trade it unless you like to buy puts in options. Okay. If we can get above this 841 and it breaks up, then you have a great chance to play from 841 to 883. So you're talking about basically, you know, a 40-cent roughly opportunity to take profit, to make money in this channel right here. Now, it doesn't work this way all the time, and this is not financial advice. Don't take it as financial advice. I'm sharing with you how I use this box strategy, and I've had a lot of success with it. At least 8 out of 10 times, I'm watching the charts, and it goes in the right direction, and I'm able to take some trades and get in and out. But be careful, be cautious, because you don't want to get yourself in a trap, because if the market runs down, the S&P 500 runs down, or something's going on, then basically you could potentially land up in a bear trap where you believe it's a bull and it turns around and runs down as a bear. But that's it for that one. Let's kind of just real quick, let's go back to the 4-hour for a minute on this one. And let's just see. Okay, you see I've got some other lines. All right, so we're good. 1097, 883, 841, 792, 579. That's my bottom. Now you could say 691 could also be a level, but you don't want to go crazy with your lines because then it just ends up looking like a carnival ride, which I'm going to show you one of the stocks that I day trade every single day, 8BLD, and we're going to clear it. I'm actually going to clear that one for you and basically, you know, see how it looks. All right, After Dark, hey, welcome to the channel. I see you're in there. See, we got about 16 people in here right now, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, just in case we have any ladies, I know I have some within the house that are watching us right now. So thank you, ladies, for being a part and participating. I see After Dark wants to look at Archer. Yes, we're going to take a look at Archer. Let's just pull it up real quick because I know that there's been a lot of talk about it. So Archer Aviation. Yeah, wow, look at Archer Aviation. Wow, in the pre-market, this is a 24-hour stock, 1233 already running, okay? And let's just see real quick in the news. Why is everyone talking about Archer? Did this post? This posted? No, it's Friday, so we're not going to have any new news on it yet. But thank you. Archer is the trade of the day. Traded today. All right, I got you, After Dark. Look at that. It's incredible. And I would definitely keep an eye on this one. Because it is up almost more than 75 cents per share already. So yes, great one for pulling that up. And then, you know what? Let's look at Palantir too. This thing, I'm sorry, but since we're live, I'm going to be all over the place with you because it is live. All right, well, you know what? Palantir, and this is the 4-hour. Let's go and see what's going on here on the 15-minute where I live. Okay, that's 15-minute. Let's go back to auto. Okay, so yeah, you can see that Palantir as well is on a jump up. And I know there's something going on with Palantir and Archer. Again, if you know something new, let's see. After Dark, they just proved yesterday that the helicopter's working. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. It's full of videos on their Reddit. Yes. So if you don't know what After Dark's sharing, I'm just going to tell you that Joby and Archer, both of them, have been testing significantly these helicopters. And Joby has been on an incredible run. And I'm going to pull up Joby for you so you can see it, because I think I did a video last week about Joby and JobX, JOBX, which is the Trader 2X long. But Joby, yes, Joby is somewhat also pumped up pretty hard. Look at that, all the way to $18.92, dropped down. It's at $18.60. So yeah, Joby, Archer, and Palantir. Keep your eyes on that. But man, big catalyst Archer was waiting for occurred this weekend. It's going to skyrocket tomorrow. And you know what? You're probably right, because the institutions are going to be buying this thing, setting orders first thing in the morning to get in for their clients. So might be a good opportunity in the pre-market to make a consideration if you want to buy some, but again, not financial advice. When we get done here, there's a good strong chance I'm probably going to jump in at least 100 shares, because if this thing explodes, then at least I take some profit on that, and maybe it's a longer term trade. But hey, After Dark, thank you so much for sharing that with us as a AJDT family. All right, let's go back to, well, you know what? Since we're in Archer, let's do this real quick. I don't have levels set for Archer at this higher rate. I did lower. So let's go ahead and set some levels on it so we can kind of see where it's at. Now, it's going to be hard to do because it's already in an explosion. But let's go ahead and set a level up here. 1240. We'll make that the sky's blue, because I think that's going to probably break that while we're even here on the video together. It is down to 1218 right now, and that's okay. 1200 USD tomorrow at open in it. Can't trade pre-market in Romania. Well, welcome from Romania, After Dark. Thank you for being here with us. What time is it in Romania? Man, what time is it over there? But all right, we got our blue, sky's the limit. And then let's just go ahead and set, because now that we're up there, let's go ahead and set another level down here. Okay, I'm doing this all in the 15-minute just so we can see where it's at here. And then we're going to set another one down at the bottom of the opening for Friday. And then we're going to set one more down here at $9.82 on the day before. Now let's go to the 4-hour real quick. Let's just check that out. And yeah, you know what? Pretty dead on. Look, I've got some other here, $8.67, $7.94. Those were levels that it was at before. Let's pull over. And I'm going to think for a second here that we might be working on some new all-time highs here, but let's get off the auto and let's just go left. All right, not even close. 1375. Let's go ahead and set that one. That's what we're shooting for. 1375. We'll make that one blue too. Sky is the limit. And lock that one in place. And then let's go across. And then we got another one. Look, 1442. See, it's not hard to chart, everybody. You just have to pull left, look left. Somebody that taught me in charts used to say all the time, look left, look left. He still does. So you just got to pull it and look left to see what's there. All right, so 1248. Let's see. Anything higher? Anything higher? Archer, 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 Archer. I don't think so. I think we're pretty good. Oh, here you go. This is, oh my goodness, look at this, everybody. This is where $18.60. $18.60. We're locking that one in too. Make that one blue, because if this thing does continue to run the way we think it is, then we're going to go ahead and do ACHR2. All right, back to auto. We're going to go all the way back over to the end. And right now, 1225, looking good. Let's take a look at the comments real quick here. 1329, biggest resistance right now for Archer. Let's see. 1329, is that the biggest one? Well, no, as we went across fajita, you saw 1375 is one of the next levels. So where we're at right now, potentially 1329 could be a resistance level from running it across, but we're going to live sort of in this last, several months. And I'm kind of looking at it again. Let's see, this blue line, 1240. Yeah, there's some good stuff going on here, everybody. Some really good stuff going on here. Okay, 1373 could potentially be another resistance level we got to break through. Yeah, so there's a lot going on here, but a lot of charting on there. So let's go. And it's amazing because the Discord's going nuts for me over here on my phone too. And I don't know what everybody's talking about in there. CRML is not open right now, so can't be anything crazy. But they're probably talking about what we're seeing with ACHR as well. And I'll probably jump in and throw some in the Discord for the group here that are not in with the live. All right. AMPX is one of our, it's not one of the average Joe best day trade stocks, but somebody asked in here, let's see, can you read the T levels for AMPX? Yes, let's do that. It's 3:24 a.m. and it's 3:24 a.m. over there in Romania. Wow, man, what are you doing awake so early? But yes, okay. Fajita 17. What was our final level up there? I think it was the all-time high. Let's see. We got to pull it all the way across. That's not the one. Hold on. We're going back for a minute to ACHR. Let's pull it back. 1160, 13, 1487, 1860. 1860 all-time high, Fajita Fighter. Thank you for asking the question on ACHR. Now we're going to move on. Let's go. We're going to do AMPX because you all were asking for it. Yeah, you too, After Dark. I hope you get in with your order. All right, let's see. Yep, no worries, Fajita. That's why we're here, and it's live, so we get to just have fun together. All right, so I'm going to pull it back to auto here on AMPX. I really like AMPX. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull this over a little bit to give us a little bit more room. And let's see, let's get off the auto. Let's pull it down. We're going to go to the 4 hour on this one real quick. And I'm going to clear this one. And I hate to do this because I've been living in these levels, honestly. So I'm going to go ahead and delete all. Oh, this hurts. Are you ready? Done. Man, that almost, actually, it's a little refreshing. We're going to reset the levels. Let's go. We're going to start with what we believe up here, 1321. We're going to make this blue until we look left. Now we're off auto. Let's lock this in place so I don't lose it. And let's go left. Everybody ready? Let's see where we're at with AMPX. I believe AMPX right now is at its newest all-time highs, except for when it first launched. And there you go. This is the one that runs forever. Is that still a line right there? No, that's my line. So here, AMPX, so everyone knows, the all-time high, $32.50. We're going to go ahead and lock this in, and we're going to change the color, and we're going to make this gold because we are shooting. We're making even nicer gold. Shooting for gold, $32.50. That's our all-time high on AMPX. So let's go back over here, and let's pull it up. And 1321, beautiful run high right there. We're going to go ahead and set this one. Let's see. Let's go to the bottom of this one. And you can see, when I do my support resistance levels, I want it to hit at least 3 times. So you can see on Friday, 1, 2, you could say here, not a full candle because it wicked, 3, 4, 5. So we got more than 3. Over here, it hit a couple times. So that is our support level that if we start to run down, that's the support level we have. $12.22 on AMPX. All right, let's keep going. Let's see. We're going to lock this next one in here. You could go here, but really, we're looking around here. We're going to go to the low here, lock it in place, and 1019. Now, could there be some noise in here? Yes, there could. You have to pay attention to those levels. But I always go from highest point to lowest point. This has been over the last 5 to 7 to 8 trading days. And if you notice, this is a channel right now. Okay, we broke above this 1222. We'll call it a support level because it's using it as a support level right now. And we're trying to get up over this $13.21 level. And that's what it's doing right now. Now, if we go back to the 15-minute, you're going to see, and we're going to do our box strategy back on auto. We're going to pull our box. We're going to go from the highest point to the lowest point, lock it in, and we're going to pull the box all the way across for the day. And here's the cool thing about this, okay? We've already in the, is AMPX 24 hours? No, it's not. No, it's not. So in the post market, okay, because we used the day, not the pre or post, but in the post market, it's already broke that. So we're going to actually go up a little bit on that because we'll see at 4:30 a.m. what that does. But now we're going to set our median average level. So we're going to come down here and set it. And we're going to make that one yellow. Let's see. And hang on a second. I'm going to come back to the comments here in a minute. But we're going to change this one to yellow because we want to have that as a center. We've got this 1222, which is just above where it closed out. Actually, we're going to pull this down and we're going to meet it. And then we're going to pull this up. There we go. Boom. Done. And then we're going to set this level 2 up top here, even though we already know we want to get 1321, but we need to know we can break this 1291. Will it hold at 4:30 a.m. in the pre-market? We're not sure if it's going to hold. Let me jump to the comments real quick, see what's going on here. Lord Vubar, it was introduced through a SPAC. All right, Eagle, do we have any AJDT members in the chat? Yes, we do. So if you all are looking at the comments, the way to identify our members is new members have a $sign next to their name. As you go month by month by month, you earn different, different little emojis or icons to be next to your name to show that you're part of this Discord. You may be hearing my dogs barking right now because something's going crazy for them. But you basically, can see them that way. So great question, Eagle. Thank you for asking that question. And I'll talk a little bit about membership before we lock this thing down. So appreciate the question in there. All right, so AMPX, this is pretty much where we're at. And hopefully you guys are very happy with, this chart. If it starts to downward turn, now listen, just about every day or so, you have to sort of reset your support and resistance levels based on what the stock's doing, but that's AMPX. Let's go to one of my favorites. We're going to go to the October list and we're going to look for my blood, sweat, and tears stock, APLD. And you can see, look, I had already done some work on APLD. I already had my box strategy still there from the day before. We're going to go ahead and clear this entire thing because if I show you my 4-hour, or better, go to my daily, you see this thing is a mess, especially if I go to weekly. And if I pull it down, I've got nothing but lines everywhere. Matter of fact, I cleared it on Saturday. I did some charting. I did clear a lot, but we're going to redo this one together so you can see it all. So we're going to delete all, and we're going to go back to the, 4 hours, and we're going to chart it. Actually, let's do 1 hour on APLD. I like to be a little bit tighter, okay? So first thing we're going to do is we're going to set where we are today, and it's ridiculous. This stock is incredible. This is a beast. $26.72 in the overnight. This is a 24-hour stock. It's been running through the night. It did open with a nice pump with the S&P 500, which is what I love to see. You're welcome, Lord Fubar. And yes, Ravi, thank you, brother. So we had a nice pump there, but let's just go ahead and lock this one down. So 28.25 is our newest high, right? We're going to make that skies blue. I can't believe this thing's at $28. I just honestly can't. But we're going to make sure it's blue. And we're going to be shutting this thing down in a couple minutes just so you all know. I don't want to try to keep these too long because those that watch it tomorrow would be sitting here with us gaggling with each other for hours on end. But all right, 28.25. So that is our resistance level we're hoping to get back to and continue to break up. I personally am hoping for a little bit of a pullback. I want it to come down maybe 10%, maybe 20%. I want it to get back to about the $20 range because I am going to load the boat on APLD if it does pull back. So let's go ahead and lock this in right now. This is where we are at right now. You may hear my granddaughter screaming back there. She is 2. I love her to death. So we've got that level there. Now we're also going to grab another level. Whoops, let's delete that one. Cancel, because I don't know where that one, and we'll pull this one down here. That is the bottom of Friday. So we're there. Let's look at the 4 hour real quick. Okay. And then we're going to come down, get off that. We're going to come down here and we're going to call this another level here. All right. 2230, 2523, 26, 2702, 2825. And I'm going to tell you right now, we have got to add one in the middle here because this is going to be some troubled turbulence in there. 2360. So here's our new levels. Let's do box strategy on the 30-minute, and let's box this one in. So I started at the highest point here. We're going to pull it down to here and lock it. And then we're going to pull it all the way across tomorrow. And we're going to set our average middle. Okay, right about here. And we're going to make that one gold yellow. And now we are in here. All right. Thank you, Fajita Fighter. I don't know what is all cute, but it might be the talk about my granddaughter. So now you would think that. Yellow 2631 is about the center from 2523 to 2680. Again, let's say that's about a, I don't know what that is, about a 57 cents. So 33.5 cents, somewhere in there. Let's see how we did. Let's look and see if we're at, let's see, not even close. So let's get that to 53. Nope. Sorry, that was pretty close. That is pretty close. All right, so we're good. We're going to lock it in there and keep it there. But what we're looking for, not only to break this 2702, but we want this in the 24-hour market. And look, it's kind of funny because we built this, right? And this is the the resistance level that it already rejected from and came down a little bit. So we've got to see this bad boy break and up and keep going. And hopefully APLD, like I said, I want it to pull down a little bit. But if it continues to run up, then great, because I know we have many members that are in APLD. And there you go. APLD premiums are great if anyone is into options trading. Thank you, Ravi. We also have a new channel in the Discord. Specifically, we call it the Options Playground. And I think, Ravi, I think you're the one actually recommended that. So we've got that going in Discord where we get to post different options plays and community. So, all right, let me just share real quick about membership. If you've enjoyed being in here, and I hope you have, then join the membership. If you want to see these Sunday Night Live, then you have to be at least a tier 1 member. And I may do maybe once a month for all subscribers, but you got to be a tier 1 level to see this. If you want to join the Discord and become a member for Discord, you've got to be an elite member. So take a look at that and see if you're interested in that. I will also tell you, we learned tonight that if you are an Android or on your computer, then it's $4.99 a month for the entry level membership. It's $9.99 a month for the elite membership. And depending on how much activity we get, prices probably will change, will probably increase as we continue to grow. But right now, that's where they're set. If you are an Apple user on an iPhone, then something about iPhone and being on your iPhone, they charge a premium for being part of that. It's a couple dollars more. So just know that. Best recommendation is join on your computer and get in on your computer. And then you could always probably pull up the Discord or whatever on your phone without paying that extra premium by joining from your iPhone. All right, and also Average Joe Day Trader Best Day Trade List is out. Go check out the video from yesterday, Saturday, and appreciate you all being in here and live. I'm looking to see if there's any questions or anything that I have not answered yet. Let's see, just looking real quick. Looks like a few people dropped off already. All right, listen, have a great night. Thank you so much for being here. If you're watching this video on YouTube tomorrow, if it's your first time being here, thank you for jumping into the channel and watching our videos. Hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell so you'll be notified every time we upload a new video. Thank you, John. Thanks, glad to have you here. And God bless you all. We will see you tomorrow. Josh out. Peace.